Another group of employees in the nation's capital are working harder than ever right now, lobbyists. 3 years after the Dodd-Frank law overhauling regulation of the financial industry, lobbyists working for the nation's biggest banks are the ones drafting those new financial rules. And guess who's benefiting? John Harwood joins us from Washington with more. John, how common is it for lobbyists to play such a big role in writing legislation or regulations?
It's pretty common, Tyler, and the reason is that the industries, of course, have a lot of expertise, and many industries hire as their lobbyists people who worked on the very committees that are doing the legislation in question. So it's a very cozy relationship. This is why they call it Washington's revolving door. It's been going on for quite a long time, and it works both ways. To the benefit of business, which is something that, especially when Republicans are in control of the House, is an aid to business. And, of course, campaign contributions help with that. But it also helps in the other direction. Organized labor, environmental groups, people who are more aligned with the Democratic Party do precisely the same thing.
Well, this is news to most Americans. I mean, how should we respond to this? Should we be angry, or should we be pleased that they're all working together?
Well, there is something to be said for the expertise that they bring to the table. But I think the important thing is disclosure and transparency so that people know what's going on. And my colleagues in the New York Times came out with a report today showing how closely Wall Street representatives had worked with the House of Representatives committee on this. And the more people know about it, the more they know what sort of laws that they're going to get.
That article was really fascinating, John. It said in one place that a big passage in the proposed legislation was word for word what Citibank had proposed, except for two changes of a couple of words from singular to plural. How likely are these changes to the Dodd-Frank bill likely to become law?
Well, the fact that the drafting of those pieces of legislation is now known is going to help opponents and consumer representatives who want more regulation of those derivatives trades push back. The one thing we know is that when you've got a Republican House and a Democratic Senate, both sides are going to have their views aired. So as much progress as those lobbyists may be able to make in the House, controlled by Republicans, the Senate, controlled by Democrats, is going to have its say as well, and there will be lobbyists on the other side trying to push back.
John Harwood, thank you very much. Have a great weekend.